Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Libby Dowsett. We will have your headlines in just a minute, but first, let's check in with Corey Johnson. Corey, what a great weekend it looks like.
Oh, absolutely, Libby. We're off to a fantastic start. It's going to be really gorgeous outside. I want to show you a look from our Rose City camera, the Moda Center. We're about 7 minutes exactly from sunrise, so slowly getting there. You can see the sky starting to glow, sitting in the low 40s across many stretches. Our temperatures right now 38 in Gresham. Looks like the same over in Camas and Vancouver. 47 right now in Beaverton, 41 in Hillsborough. A look from our Salem sky camera, another gorgeous view of the capital. Good morning to those of you in Salem. 39 degrees, a nice calm breeze this morning. As we get throughout the rest of the day, it's going to be great. We're not going to see much in the way of cloud cover. It's going to be very dry, very mild, sitting in the mid 60s as far as our temperatures are concerned. Really just a clear day overall. I want to leave you with this view. Our Chinook Winds Casino camera in Lincoln City will break down more of the weekend and when we could expect to see a little bit of rain again coming up.
Thank you, Corey. This morning, the family of a food cart owner says his cart will close permanently. This comes after ICE agents detained him on Thursday. Alma McCarty has our story.
Staples on the Portland State campus.
They would all be open for the most part, almost every single day.
But on Friday, Cow Niao Allow food cart sat closed. A sign posted to the front directs customers to a fundraiser for the owner, known by students as Nong.
Sad that he was taken, because he's been here for a while.
According to family, federal agents detained him Thursday, and records confirm he's currently at the detention center in Tacoma. On social media, they shared this post announcing the cart's permanent closure and expressing that this wasn't just a business to Nong, but his home, his passion, and a piece of his soul. The post thanks the community and goes on to say, "We don't know what the future holds right now, but we do know that the memories created here will stay with us forever. He came here when he was so young that this is the only life he really knows. Now he's being sent somewhere unfamiliar where he'll have to figure everything out all over again." As of Friday afternoon, hundreds have donated to the GoFundMe, raising $20,000 in less than 24 hours. KGW reached out to DHS and ICE for a comment, but as of Friday night, had not heard back. In Southwest Portland, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
In Los Angeles, a former mayor of Milwaukee has been found dead alongside his wife. Authorities say new evidence, including a note, points to a possible murder-suicide. Officers say they found Jeremy Ferguson and his wife, Mandy Zelinka, both dead from gunshot wounds in their home in Venice on Tuesday. Ferguson served as Milwaukee's mayor from 2009 to 2015 and spent nearly 2 decades working for TriMet before moving to California. In a statement, Zelinka's family said in part, quote, "Mandy was passionate about art and photography, which was always woven into her professional pursuits. Mandy was loved by her friends and family and will be dearly missed." Police have not released further details. A reminder, if you or someone you know is struggling, help is available 24/7. Call or text 988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It provides confidential support and crisis resources. Again, that number is 988. More than 100 students walked out of Central Catholic High in Southeast Portland Friday. It was all in protest after a player on the baseball team used racial hate speech in a pregame cheer. Students say varsity players forced a freshman to utter those words. Those who walked out want the team's season to end early. Players involved kicked off the team, and coaches suspended and required to take hazing and anti-racism training. In a statement, the school said, quote, "It has taken action consistent with its current policies and is continuing to hold students accountable in ways that reflect the seriousness of the situation."
We can change their policies, but at the end of the day, these kids aren't going to be expelled. They told us that specifically. They aren't going to receive any real punishment if we don't stand up and fight for it.
It's a place of insecurity right now at this moment. Some people feel unsafe having them in their classes. Other people are disappointed with how the school's reaction has been towards the subject.
The school canceled in-person classes last Monday and Tuesday. The team also forfeited a couple of games. On the Washington coast, another dead whale is washed ashore, this time in Long Beach. That brings the total number of dead whales that have washed ashore this year in Washington to 14. And that's not counting those in Oregon. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife says this latest whale washed up Wednesday. The nonprofit Cascadia Research Collective is calling the uptick alarming. They say these whales likely died of starvation due to climate change, which has drastically reduced the food supply in Alaska and the Arctic Circle.
There are lots of years when there aren't any, or there might be one or two. They're always assumed to mostly sink out at sea, so the fact that these are coming ashore probably means there's a bigger die-off offshore.
Cascadia has now launched a web page with a live tally of how many whales it's discovered there. And here's a heads up if you plan to head to Sauvie Island this summer. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife just approved an updated permit process. This year, you'll need to buy a $10 beach permit to park near beaches between June 15th and Labor Day. This will replace the wildlife area parking permit that used to be required. ODFW will also sell a limited number of seasonal passes for $30. The goal is to cut down on traffic jams and to make sure first responders can get to emergencies quicker.
We'll see him in the fourth game. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is right now, but we got in the next.
Well, it was a heartbreak in the second half for the Blazers. Playoff basketball returned to Rip City for the first time in 5 years, but it was a sad night for Blazers fans. The Blazers had the lead for much of the game, but unraveled in the second half. The Spurs stepped up, cleaning things up with a 12-point lead, 120-108. San Antonio leads the series 2-1. Here's how fans are feeling after that loss.
The game was pretty electric for the first 3 quarters. Yeah, there's a little separation between the Spurs and the Blazers in the fourth, and, it's a playoff game, so they're going to shake it off their shoulders, I'm assuming.
It was pretty good. I'm pretty sad the Blazers lost, though.
The intensity was crazy. What I will say is the Blazers came with enough to win the game, but unfortunately, in the fourth quarter, we fell apart.
We had a chance to win down to the wire. We could have pulled it out, but it just didn't happen.
Game 4, let's go Blazers.
That's right. Let's go Blazers. Here's a look at what comes next. That 12:30 Game 4 is tomorrow at the Moda Center. You can catch it on ESPN. Then it's back to Texas with Game 5 set for 6:30 in San Antonio on Tuesday. If the series moves on to Game 6, that will be next Thursday here in Rip City.